Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقل الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. When the earth is shaken with this final earthquake, and when the earth throws out its burden, and man will say, what's the matter with it? That day, it will be declared, or it will declare, the earth will declare its information. It will give testimony to what we've been doing. Because your Lord will inspire it. That day, mankind will proceed in scattered groups, that they may be shown their deeds. So whosoever does good equal to the weight of an atom shall see it. And whomsoever does evil equal to the weight of an atom, or even a small ant, shall see it. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wal-adiyati dabha, fal-muriyati qadha, fal-mugirati sabha, فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لقنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بوثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم يومئذ لخبير. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and most merciful. By the steeds that run with panting, the horses, striking sparks of fire by their hooves, and scoring to the raid at dawn, and raise the dust and clouds the while, and penetrating forthwith as one into the midst of their foe. Verily, man is ungrateful to his Lord, and to that he bear witness by his deeds. And verily, he is violent in the love of wealth. Know he not that when the contents of the graves are poured forth, and all man is resurrected, that which is in the breast of men shall be made known. Verily, that day their Lord will be well acquainted with all that they've done. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Al-Qariyah, Mal-Qariyah, wa ma adrak mal-Qariyah. يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث وتكون الجبال كالإثن المنفوش فأما من ثقلت موازينه فهو في عيشة راضية وأما من خفت موازينه فأمه هاوية وما أدراك ما هي نار هامية. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Al-Qariyah. What is the striking hour? Qariyah. And what is that? What will make you know what is the striking hour? It is a day whereupon mankind will be like moths scattered about, confused, and the mountains will be like carded wool, flattened. Then as for him whose balance of good will be heavy, he will live a pleasant life in paradise. And as for him whose balance of good will be light, he will have his home in the Hawiyah. And what will make you know what is the Hawiyah? It is a fiercely blazing fire. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Al-Hakimu Takatur Hatta Zutmu Makabir Kalla Sawfa Ta'alimun Thumma Kalla Sawfa Ta'alimun Kalla Law Ta'alimunna Yawma al-Yaqin Atraunna Jahim ثم لترونها إن اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. The mutual rivalry. The mutual rivalry for wealth diverts you until you visit the graves. Nay, you shall know to come. You shall come to know. Again, nay, you shall come to know. Nay, if you but knew with sure knowledge the end result of that piling up, you would not have been preoccupied. Verily, you shall see the blazing fire. And again, you shall see with the certainty of sight. Then on that day, you shall be asked about the delights in which you indulged. Astaghfirullah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. As-salatu alayhi wa salam rasuluhi kareem wa ahlihi sahbihi ajma'een. Dear believers, inshallah, those verses were self-explanatory. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows them to manifest themselves to us, very clear and very concise, what Allah wants to remind us. I'm just going to do a brief collaboration, humble collaboration, a lowering of the wing collaboration to what Allah has to say. And hopefully, inshallah, it can benefit us. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed us to be here. So inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens our hearts for that I can benefit you and so that you can be benefited. And inshallah, we can permeate that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has established that humanity has been created with clear purpose and defined reason for existing. Where Allah says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Sabbi bihismi rabbika Allah, alladhi khalaqa fasawwa, walladhi qaddara fahadda. Translate says, glorify the name of your Lord, the Most High, who has created you within a balance and a proportion, a fasawa. And then within that proportion, he established the qadr, which is that which is everything that's been written for us, the decree. And within that qadr, he provided humanity with hadaya, guidance. So he's given us fasawa, balance. He's given us qadr, everything has been written, and within that, he's balanced it and made it fair, he made it just. And then he's also given us guidance. We're going to build on that a little bit, inshallah. Dear brothers and sisters, within the fasawa, the balance and proportion that Allah speaks of, Allah makes clear for us who we are, what our specific responsibilities and status is within his creation. And he also highlights all the resources that he's made available to us in order that we may fulfill our responsibility to him and do so while achieving success. Allah states very clearly in Surah Dariyah that he has created us for no other purpose than to live in a state of worship, in a state of servitude to him. This is why you was created. First, it means that every aspect of our living should be done so fi sabilillah, for the sake of Allah, seeking to show appreciation to Allah, seeking to acknowledge Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's greatness through our efforts, by way of our recognition for him. Meaning, whatever you do of good, if you do so in consideration of Allah and his established expectations of us first, then this places you into a state of perpetual worship, which is the fundamental purpose for our existence. Again, it's rooted inside your niyyah. If you're doing good, and you can say you want to do that good because you're showing appreciation to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever that good may be, you're in a state of worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't matter what it is you're doing. As long as you're doing it and you're doing it with proper knowledge according to what you've said is your prohibitions and your limits. So it has to be attention and it has to be knowledge. If you're doing that correctly, then you're in a constant state of worship, inshallah, which is our ultimate objective and goal in life. When the heart's intention of every action is established on the dhikr wa fikr, the remembrance and the contemplation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and what he expects of us, we are living in that state of worship. Remember, dhikr wa fikr. Not just remembering Allah, but you have to contemplate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well too. You have to remember and contemplate what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expects out of us. So Allah created us humans. This is clear. And then defined us as slaves of him and him alone. This great purpose we share with other creations. For example, just in terms of the ideal of being slaves of Allah, being in servitude of Allah. The angels don't have no choice. They're all slaves of Allah. They do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells them to do. That's what they've been created for. The heavens and earth, no choice. They do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells them to do. The animals, no choice. They live according to the way in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has caused them to live. Guess what? None of them are accountable on the day of Yawm al-Qiyam. We are. We are accountable. The jinn are accountable as well, too. A whole nother life scenario. It's a whole nother series of things you can go into. I don't want to go into that. We're talking about the human being today, right? So we've been created as slaves of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That doesn't make us unique, because as we just mentioned, everything else in creation has also been created as slaves of Allah. What makes us unique? What makes the human being special? After Allah established why He has created us, He then proclaims in undisputable terms specific responsibilities and a status amongst His creation. In Surah Baqarah, Allah explains how He requested the angels of the heaven and all in their company to submit to the leadership of Adam alayhi salam and his offspring. Allah defined this status as Khalifa filled art. What is Khalifa filled art? It is a leadership upon leadership upon leadership established in the earth, to be maintainers and custodians of the earth, beginning with their own soul and then beginning with that which is around them, the heavens and the earth. How we manage it is the core issue. And how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala judges us, predicated on how we manage it, is the core issue. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anointed us with this unique status and responsibility, He provided us with a significant amount of resources. What are those resources? Allah says in Surah Al-Luqman, ayah 20, that He subdued, sakhara, means subdue, or made, forced. Sakhara gave us access to all that is in the heavens and all that is in the earth as an assistance towards the fulfillment of this great trust called Al-Khalifa. So when everything in the heavens and earth when everything within the angel, amongst the angels was told to submit to Adam alayhi salam, our great-grandfather, and then the descendants of Adam alayhi salam, they was given leadership to fulfill a particular responsibility. After they was given that leadership, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I give you everything in the heavens and earth. Surah Luqman, ayah 20. At your disposal to fulfill the responsibility that I placed on you to be the manager, to be the leader of my creation here on earth. In addition to the resources of the heavens and the earth being at our fingertips for our utilization, Allah also provided us with an inherent and unique capability of understanding and looking into the nature of all things within His creation. Asma'a kullaha. Allah gave Adam alayhi salam the ability to look into things, to understand things in detail, not just to recognize things. For instance, when the angels complained or questioned the creation of Adam alayhi salam, what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say to him in Surah Baqarah? I know what you don't know. Matter of fact, define this for me. What did the angel say? SubhanAllah. You know and I don't know. What did he say? Adam, tell them their names. What did Adam do? He went up over there and began to define the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked him to define. He began to look into the nature of things. This is no doubt an ability to interrogate and investigate the nature of all things. And through this process of interrogation, we access higher degrees of understanding, navigation, and utilization of Allah's creation towards the fulfillment of our Khalifa, responsibility, and leadership. Something unique that Allah has given. He just didn't put the responsibility on us. He gave us something. The reason why knowledge is so important to seek. This ability to understand things comprehensively provides us with the unique opportunity to elevate our reservoirs of inner and outer knowledge. Inner meaning the knowledge of who you are, your purpose, your relationship with your Creator. Outer knowledge meaning things like science, the manipulation of physiology, biology, and geology, the utilization, nanotechnology. Science is not incompatible with Islam. It's the foundation of science is in Islam. Understanding the nature of not only the inner but the outer things. Do not get it confused, please. A skill set and a blessed resource uniquely offered to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala selected rulers on the earth. It is imperative that we understand the greatest pursuit of knowledge, the inner, is the pursuit of knowledge of Allah, the Lord of all the worlds.